सोहे हरि मरि मुकुट नयन रतनारी गज मरि माल गली विज सोहे गज मरि माल गली विज सोहे पाल लाल में चंद्र कलागी गणपति वेद विनाशन हारी गणपति वेद विनाशन हारी गणपति वेद विनाशन हारी गणपति वेद विनाशन हारी गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय। दीन बंधु वितलाजे करुणा सिंधु वितलाजे दीन बंधु वितलाजे करुणा सिंधु वितलाजे दीन बंधु वितलाजे करुणा सिंधु वितलाजे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे दीन बंधु वितला जे करुणा सिंधु वितला जे दीन बंधु वितला जे करुणा सिंधु वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे वितलो वितलो वितला जे। वितला जे पादुरंगा वितला जे पंडरीनाथा वितला जे पादुरंगा वितला जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे दीन बंधु वितला जे करुणा सिंधु वितला जे दीन बंधु वितला जे करुणा सिंधु वितला जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे। परितिपुरीश वितला जे प्रशांति निलयं वितला जे परितिपुरीश वितला जे प्रशांति निलयं वितला जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे वितला 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 जे दीन बंधु वितला जे करुणा सिंधु वितला विठला 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 जय 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 विठला 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 जय. केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना केशवा अतीव मनोहर नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर केशवा माधवा जय देव मधुसूदना
प्रेम से बोल गजानन स्वामी की जय। आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा देवी माता की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। My dear devotees, firstly, allow me to take this opportunity and say to each and every one of you, Sab koi seat around. Before we all stand and join for arati, a member of the Mandir would like to come and bring opening greetings. So I would like to call this member now, and then we all join in our beginning, our first arati.
Officiating we ask Pandit Ajay Rambally, Panditjis Mataji and Pitaji, Pujari Pandit, Pandit Vasudev Maharaj, other Pandits, devotional group and devotees of God, Sitaram. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of the members of the Scots and Mendez Shiv Mandir to this, the second of our 5-night Gyan Yagna. We also welcome viewers and listeners of ClassicRadio.com together with their sponsors. Tonight, the members of the Mandir would like to specially welcome Pandit Ajay Rambally of Warren Road, Knupia to our Mandir. Panditji, thank you for accepting our invitation to officiate at our Yagna, and we pray that your stay with us be a pleasant and memorable one. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to tonight's session, and I now hand you over to our officiating Vyas to take us through a divine experience. Thank you.
Beautiful words, thank you so very much. My dear devotees, aap log kar aao jaye. Let us all stand as we join together in arati. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansachanodamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Om Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Yani Gani Javavani Janmadara Gradani Cha Dane Dane Vinashanti Vrakshamam Pari Pari. Jai 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 Bhagavatam. 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 Jai Jai Bhagavata Bhagavan ki आरती. पापियों को पाप से हटाता. जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती. पापियों को पाप से हटाता. अमर ग्रंथ मुक्ति पंथ पंचन वेर निराला. नव ज्योति जलाने वाला. ये अमर ग्रंथ मुक्ति पंथ पंचन वेर निराला. नव ज्योति जलाने वाला. हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही. यही जग मंगल की आरती. पापियों को पाप से हटाती. जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती. पापियों को
पा भूख मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला, ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पा भूख मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला, ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी, ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी, श्री मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती। मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मर्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़े को बनाने वाला, ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मर्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़े को बनाने वाला, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, यही प्रभु के महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से हटारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती, पापियों को पाप से राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे, राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे, राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
बोलो श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
श्याम से मिला रे घन श्याम से मिला दे,
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे, 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 श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे।
Prem se bolo Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. Please take your seats, my dear devotees. So, my dear devotees, firstly, allow me to take this opportunity and say to each and every one of you with my love and my devotion, Sabko Sitaram, and a most cordial welcome to each and every one of you. A very special Sitaram welcome to, of course, my brother Pandit Vasudev Baba. Thank you for performing puja in such a proficient and efficient manner. To, of course, my Pitaji, who always supports me wherever I go, Panakemaraj Rambally Baba. Thank you for always being with us. My dear devotees, our Katha tonight is very, very simple, very beautiful, and very much easy to understand. But before we begin, right where you are, I ask each and every one of you to please put your hands together with me. Close your beautiful eyes and bow your heads. And devotees, tonight, right where you are, I ask you to focus your mind upon that divine form of the Devis and the Devtas. And while you meditate upon them, I ask you to focus upon the sound of my voice. Aushare Chintaya Vishnu Bhajane Cha Janadidanam Shayane Parmanabam Cha Vivahe Cha Prajapatim Yadha Chakradara Devam Pravishe Cha Travekanam Narayanam Tanotyage Shridaram Priyasangame Duswapne Smara Govindam Sankate Marisuranam Kamane Narasimham Cha Pavake Jalasayanam Jalamadye Varaham Cha Parvate Raghunandanam Gamane Vamanam Jaiva Sarvakareshu Madhavam Hare Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Guru Medeva Sarvakara Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhayam Varade Kama Rupane Vidyarambham Karishyami Sribhavi Tume Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Sri Bodhi Pradadevi Bhakti Mukti Pradayani Mandramurti Sadadevi Mahalakshmi Namostute Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Hare Narayana, 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 Hare Narayana. प्रेम से बोलो विष्णु भगवान की जय. So my devotees, wherever it is I go, I ask for 3 favors. And tonight, I'm going to ask you for 3 favors. Favor 1, right where you are, I want you to say Jai with me. But this Jai must be the loudest Jai and the proudest Jai you can give. A Jai so loud and a Jai so proud that it will be heard by the entire village. With your love and your devotion, your faith and your confidence, loudly and proudly. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki. Kya baat. One more time. Even louder, even prouder. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki. Favor 2. Right where you are, chant with me, with your love and your devotion. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana. Your turn. Hari Narayana, Hari
Narayana,
Hari
Narayana,
Hari. Beautiful. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana. By yourself. Hari
Narayana,
Hari
Narayana,
Hari
Narayana,
Hari. Beautiful. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana. Together. Hari Narayana, Hari Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana. Together. Hari
Narayana,
Hari
Narayana,
Hari
Narayana,
Hari. Beautiful. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana. Together. Hari Narayana, Hari
Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana,
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana. Yourself. Hare 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 Hare. One more time. Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare 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 Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare. Favor one, loudly and proudly. Prem Sabala Vishnu Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. Favor three. Clap with me as we glorify, as we create that vibration, that power this evening. Everybody. Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana. Everybody. By yourself. Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Narayana, Hare Hare Hare. Beautiful. Hare Narayana, Hare 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 Narayana, Hare Narayana. Hare Narayana, 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 Hare Narayana. Loudly and proudly. Prem Sabala Vishnu Bhagwan ki. Beautiful. So my dear friends, I want to begin tonight by asking you something. In this world that we live in your life and in my life, what is the greatest enemy of success? I'll ask it again. In this world that we live in your life and in my life, what is the greatest enemy of success? Anybody? I give you a hint. It starts with the letter D and ends with the letter T. 5 letters. It rhymes with the word mouth. Doubt. Excellent. In today's world, in your life and in my life, doubt is the greatest enemy of success. Doubt is the greatest enemy of your victory. Doubt is the enemy of your greatness. And my dear devotees, at some point in time in life, doubt will enter into our mind. And when doubt enters into our mind, we have two choices. Plant the doubt, water the doubt and nurture the doubt, or uproot the doubt and discard of the doubt. And sometimes when doubt enters into our life, when doubt enters into our mind, we allow that doubt to stay there. We nurture that doubt in our minds rather than taking that doubt out of our minds. And doubt is something that can affect the best of us. No matter how good you are, no matter how confident you are, at any point in time, doubt can enter into your life. At any point in time, doubt can come into your life. I ask you tonight, when doubt enters, how many of you're planning to nurture it and allow that doubt to be the enemy of your success? Or how many of you, when doubt comes into your mind, you're going to uproot it, take it out, and allow it to motivate you towards achieving success? My dear friends, doubt can enter our lives at any age. At any age. And if doubt has never entered your life before, it probably will one day to come. And I'll break it down very, very simple for all of you to understand. There were two friends, friend A and friend B. Best friends, loved each other. And every day they would meet and they would play marble pitch. And one day, friend B, he looked at friend A and he said, "Tell me, am I truly your best friend?" Friend A said, "Yes, you're truly my best friend." Friend B said, "If I am truly your best friend, you won't mind making a trade." He said, "If you're truly my best friend, give me 5 of your most valuable, 5 of your favorite marbles. And in return, I will give you 5 of my most priceless, valuable marbles." So friend A agreed. He said, "Because you are my best friend, I will go and I will get my 5 most valuable marbles and give it to you. And you will give me your 5 most valuable." So the next day, both children came together. And friend A, he brought his 5 most valuable, most precious, most priceless marbles. But friend B, you know what he did? Even though he made the deal, even though he came up with the idea, he brought 5 marbles that meant nothing to him. 5 marbles that he didn't care about. 5 marbles that he never played with. 5 marbles that was useless to him. He brought it and he said, "My friend, these are the 5 most valuable marbles in my life, and I give it to you." And friend A, honestly and innocently, gave him his 5 most valuable marbles. That evening, friend A went home. He slept peacefully. Friend B went home and he couldn't sleep. He couldn't focus. You know why? Because when he arrived home, he was looking at the marbles and doubt entered into his mind. He said, "Just as how I lied, just as how I gave my 5 useless marbles, 5 marbles I don't like, 5 marbles I don't play with, what if my friend did the same to me?" And that was the doubt that entered into his mind. Just as how I didn't give my 5 most priceless marbles, what if my friend also did the same? And friend B, he spent that entire evening with that doubt in his mind. That doubt didn't make him sleep. That doubt made him restless. That doubt made him uncomfortable. That doubt made him a little paranoid. And it's the same thing in your life and in my life. Doubt will enter into our lives. Doubt will enter into our minds. And it will block us from having peace. Doubt will enter into our minds and it will make us restless. Doubt will make us uncomfortable. Doubt will enter into our lives and stop us from living happily. And how many of you sitting right here, right now, a doubt would have entered your mind, and you allowed that doubt to consume you. You allowed that doubt to destruct you. You allowed that doubt to destroy you. You allowed that doubt to take away your peace. You allowed that doubt to take away your smile. In today's world, doubt is the greatest enemy of success. And when doubt enters into the mind, it is said the success slowly disappears. When doubt enters into our mind, greatness slowly disappears. When doubt enters into our mind, our confidence slowly disappears. When doubt enters into our mind, our smile slowly disappears. Our peace slowly disappears. Our happiness slowly disappears. Our laughter slowly disappears. And our Katha tonight, it speaks about the friend of Bhagwan Krishna and how doubt entered into his mind. And I'm going to show you how with the love of Bhagwan Krishna, the kripa, the grace of Bhagwan Krishna, that doubt was removed. As we enter into our scriptures tonight, we clap, we sing, we glorify. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jaya Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jaya Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Clap with me, everybody. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jaya Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jaya Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala, Jai Murali Manohara Nanda Lala. Oh Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Achyutam Keshavam Rama Narayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hare, Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallavam Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Achyutam Keshavam Rama Narayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hare, Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallavam Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala,
Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala, Jai Murali Manohari Nandalala, 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 Jai Murali Manohari.
Loudly and proudly, Krishna Bhagwan ki! Even louder, Krishna Bhagwan ki! Our opening shloka says, Shri Sukha Uvacha, Krishna Syasti Saka Kishita, Brahmano Brahma Vitamaha, Vikrata Indriya Teshu, Prasantatma Jitendriyaha. It is said, Bhagwan Krishna had a friend by the name of Sudama. And Sudama, my dear devotees, he was the definition of humility. He was the definition of simplicity. He was the definition of devotion. He was the definition of grace. Sudama, he was a Brahman. But he was very, very simple. A very divine individual. And whatever it is Sudama did, he did out of the goodness in his heart. He did with love in his mind, devotion in his mind. And Sudama, my dear friends, together with his Dulahin, they had little to nothing. Sudama, the clothes that he wore was very, very old, very thin, very, as we say, untidy and unkempt. It was torn in various places. And Sudama, my dear friends, he lived his life in poverty. He lived his life surviving on the bare minimum. And his Dulahin, she lived with him. She survived with him. But as time went on, the struggle started to become a little too intense. And the Dulahin of Sudama, she couldn't bear it anymore. She couldn't bear it anymore. And she decided she would talk to her Dulaha, and they would have to find a way out of the poverty, a way out of the pain, a way out of the struggle, a way out of the hardship. Going to her Dulaha, she said, Sudama, is it true that Bhagwan Shri Krishna is your friend? Isn't it true that Bhagwan Krishna and you share a bond? Sudama, Bhagwan Krishna, he is the ruler. He looks after so many of his individuals. And if you are a friend of his, then without doubt, he will help you. Sudama, go to him, seek his guidance, seek his blessing, and ask him to take us out of the poverty that we are in. Ask him to take us out of the sadness and the hardship that we are in. And Sudama, my dear friends, who lived very simply, very comfortably, he understood that, you know what, I have to go, because my Dulahin needs it. My Dulahin is not happy with the life that she is living. And Sudama decided that he would go and he would meet Bhagwan Krishna. Looking at his Dulahin, he said, Devi, before I go, what do we have in our home that I can carry to him, that I can give to him as a gift? And you know what she did? She took a piece of cloth and she filled that cloth with some handfuls of rice and she tied it and she gave it to Sudama. She said, Sudama, you go with these handfuls of rice towards Bhagwan Krishna and you give it to him and ask him to take us out of this poverty. Ask him to take us out of this sadness, this hardship. And Sudama, my dear friends, taking the cloth with the rice, he begins his journey. And as he begins his journey, doubt enters into his mind. And you know what doubt came into his mind? He started to wonder, he started to think, how would I meet with Bhagwan Krishna? How would I have a conversation with Bhagwan Krishna? Does Bhagwan Krishna even remember me? Does he remember the bond we shared? Does he remember the friendship that we had? And this was the doubt that entered into the mind of Sudama. And he started to question himself a little bit. And he started to doubt as to whether this journey would be successful, whether this journey would be worth it. whether Bhagwan Krishna would even meet him, whether Bhagwan Krishna would even remember him, whether Bhagwan Krishna would even talk to him. And I want to pause here and I want to tell you something. It is said this doubt entered the mind of Sudama at the beginning of his journey. And in your life and in my life, it is said at the beginning of the journey is sometimes the most difficult. At the start of the journey is sometimes the most troublesome. Sometimes when you're about to begin your journey to success, that is when all the doubt enters into your mind. Sometimes when you're about to start to climb the ladder to victory, that is when all the doubt fills your mind and you start to question yourself. And Sudama, at the start of his journey, he started to doubt. He started to doubt, how would I meet with Bhagwan Krishna? Will Bhagwan Krishna talk to me? Will he even remember me? And I tell you this, in your life and in my life, especially the young children that are here, at the beginning of your journey, when doubt enters into your mind, you have two choices. Give up or persevere. Give up or persevere. And the moment you give up, the doubt got the better of you. But the moment you persevere, you got the better of your doubt. And it is said in life, there are three types of doubt that can enter our life. How many types of doubt? How many types of doubt? Three types of doubt. The first type of doubt is called the external doubt. What is it called? The external doubt. What kind of doubt? What kind of doubt? External doubt. What does external doubt mean? External doubt is the doubt that comes from the outside. This is the doubt that comes from people who are on the outside of your life. These are the people who have no value in your life. These are the people who are not important in your life. These are the people who don't matter nothing in your life. But for some reason, their words can create doubt in our mind. Example, let us say a student who's in Form 1 is going to audition for the talent show in the school. And as this student goes to audition in the room or the classroom, a complete stranger, a child in a higher form, looks at this student and says, "Don't waste your time. The competition is stiff. You stand not one chance." And that child now, he doesn't know this person. He has never met this person. He has never spoken to that person. But because this person told him that, doubt came into his mind. And he allowed an unworthy, unnecessary, complete stranger to affect his success. And because the child was told by a complete stranger, somebody in the external circle, that the competition is stiff, you will stand no chance, that child listens and doesn't audition. That is external doubt, where doubt enters your mind from the people who are on the outside of your life, from the people who add no value or have no sustenance in your life. External doubt. The second type of doubt is called intimate doubt. I'll say it again. The second type of doubt is called intimate doubt. What kind of doubt? Intimate doubt. What kind of doubt? Say it with me, everybody. What kind of doubt? Intimate doubt. What is intimate doubt? Intimate doubt is the doubt that is put within you from the people closest to you. This is the doubt that your best friends put in your mind. This is the doubt that your own loved ones, your family, put into your mind. Intimate doubt comes from the people you trust. Intimate doubt comes from the people you love. Intimate doubt comes from the people you share a bond with. And it is said sometimes the people closest to you are the ones you have to be most scared of. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones that are trying to stop you. Example, two friends studied together, wrote exams together, and one of them got a scholarship. And he decided with his scholarship he's going abroad to study. But because the other friend did not get that scholarship, he starts to demotivate his other friend and instill doubt in his mind. And he starts to say, "Why are you going abroad to study? That makes no sense. When you go over there, you have no friends, you have no family. You'll have to rent and find a place to stay. You'll have to cook for yourself. You'll have to fend for yourself." And now he instills all of these negative thoughts in his mind and fills his mind with doubt. And eventually that child gives up on his dream from going abroad to study. That is intimate doubt. The doubt that is put in you by the people who you love. The doubt that is put in you by the people who are supposed to stand up with you and for you. But as I said, sometimes the person you need to be most frightened of is the person who is standing next to you. And you know something? If you don't remember anything I said or will remember anything I will say again, remember this. Somebody told me today, my god brother Nigel, he said, the snake in the zoo in Port of Spain is not the snake that will bite you. It is the snake in your own backyard that will attack you. I will say that again. Listen very attentively. It is not the snake in the zoo in Port of Spain that will attack you or bite you. It is the snake in your own backyard that attacks you. You know what that means? It is not a stranger that is trying to hurt you. It is somebody you know. It is the person in your own backyard. It is the person in your own circle. The people that you have in your life. Remember that. An intimate doubt comes from those closest to you. The third type of doubt, anybody want to take a guess? It starts with letter S. Self-doubt. Excellent. Self-doubt. Self-doubt is where you are your own worst enemy. Self-doubt is where you derail your own success. Self-doubt is where you feed your own self-doubt that stops you from growing, that stops you from climbing. Example, let us say you get an invitation to perform in a concert and to sing, and you practice and you practice and you practice and you practice, and you are ready. And the evening of the concert, when you arrive there and you see all the other singers, because of the name they have, you become intimidated and doubt comes into your mind. Should I really be here? Am I really worthy enough to be here? Do I really sing good enough to be here? And you put your own doubt into your mind and you give up on singing. Instead of going, you leave. That is self-doubt, where you become your own worst enemy, where you instill or you fill your mind with doubt that stops you from your greatness, that stops you from your success. And which one do you think Sudama was experiencing? Was Sudama experiencing external doubt, where the people around him was telling him, Bhagwan Krishna don't remember you? Was he experiencing intimate doubt, where the people closest to him was telling him, Bhagwan Krishna don't remember you? Or was he experiencing self-doubt, where he was thinking for himself, I wonder if Bhagwan Krishna remembers me? Which one? A, external doubt, B, intimate doubt, or C, self-doubt? C, self-doubt. Excellent. He was filling his own mind with that doubt and questioning himself, wondering if Bhagwan Krishna will truly remember him, if Bhagwan Krishna will talk to him, if Bhagwan Krishna will give him the time of day. And in your life and in my life, it is said self-doubt destroys us instantly. Self-doubt blocks us from our victory. Self-doubt derails our pathway to success, derails our pathway to greatness. And you know something? Everybody on the outside can say what they want. But if you believe in yourself, nothing stops you. Nothing stops you. And if you don't remember anything I said or will say, remember this. When there is no enemy within, the enemy on the outside cannot harm you. I'll say it again. When there is no enemy within, the enemy on the outside cannot harm you. When the rumors and the gossips of the world are spreading about you, but you believe in yourself and you don't doubt yourself, you are unstoppable. And Sudama, having the self-doubt in his mind at the start of his journey, he decided, you know what? I will hide that doubt. I will conceal that doubt, and I will go and I will journey towards Bhagwan Krishna, and I will talk to him. I will meet him, trying his best to hold that doubt, trying his best to conceal that doubt. Sudama goes on his journey. Listen to what takes place as we clap, as we sing, we glorify him. Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Nanda Kumara Navinita Chora 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 Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Vrindavana Chanda
Vrindavana Chanda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Radhe 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 Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu 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 Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Bolo Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe
Everybody bolo Radhe 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 Everybody bolo
Radhe 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 Govinda
Radhe 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 Govinda
Radhe 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 Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Nanda Kumara Navinita Chora 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 Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Vrindavana Chanda
Vrindavana Chanda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Bolo Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Jai Jai Vitala Jai Hari Vitala Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Radhe 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 Govinda
Radhe 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 Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda
Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina Bandhu Radhe Govinda Anatanata Dina
Radhe Govinda. Loudly and proudly. Prem Sabala Krishna Bhagwan ki. It is said Sudama journeys towards Bhagwan Krishna. It is said in order to arrive to Bhagwan Krishna, he passed through 3 different gate stations, guards and gateways. And he finally arrived at that area where the bhaktas, the devotees of Bhagwan Krishna resided. And Sudama, wearing his very, very old clothes, torn, he walked through everyone in search of Bhagwan Krishna, walking through the different devotees, the bhaktas of Bhagwan. It is said he eventually came to the palace of Bhagwan Krishna. But that doubt was still lingering slightly. I wonder when I show up here if Bhagwan Krishna will meet me, if he will know me. And as Sudama came upon the palace of Bhagwan Krishna, it is said sitting inside was Bhagwan Krishna himself. And the moment Bhagwan Krishna saw Sudama from the distance coming towards his palace, it is said joy filled the heart of Bhagwan Krishna. Excitement filled the mind of Bhagwan Krishna. And without thinking twice, it is said Bhagwan Krishna, he got up from his seat and he ran. He ran to meet Sudama. And as Sudama saw Bhagwan Krishna coming towards him, before Sudama had the chance to say anything or do anything, it was because Bhagwan Krishna was hugging him. Bhagwan Krishna was embracing him. And Sudama, feeling the touch of Bhagwan Krishna, feeling the embrace and the hug of Bhagwan Krishna, it is said tears started to fall from the eyes of Sudama. Bhagwan Krishna, seeing his friend, he felt excitement, he felt joy, he felt happiness, and tears filled his eyes. Bhagwan Krishna, looking at Sudama, you know what he did? He took Sudama and he carried him inside the palace, and he put Sudama to sit. And putting Sudama to sit, Bhagwan Krishna sat on the floor and he washed the feet of Sudama. And washing the feet of Sudama, he took the water and he placed it on his own head, and he bowed and sought the blessings of Sudama. Not only did he bow and wash the feet of his friend, but he offered chandan, he offered perfume, he placed a mala, and he performed arati for Sudama. Sudama went there with a doubt as to whether Bhagwan Krishna remembered him, and he found himself being worshipped by Bhagwan Krishna. He found himself being adored by Bhagwan Krishna. And devotees, I tell you something tonight, and remember this. Sometimes the doubt that you have in your mind about something is unnecessary. Sometimes you allow your mind to be filled with doubt and you worry about something that is unnecessary. Sudama, he was worried and doubting on his journey here, and it was unnecessary. Because Bhagwan Krishna was serving him. Bhagwan Krishna was doing his worship. And I tell you this, my dear friends, sometimes in life, what you are seeking is also seeking you. Remember that. Sometimes in life, what you are seeking is also seeking you. Sudama seeking Bhagwan Krishna was seeking Sudama. Sometimes what you want most in life is just waiting for you to come. Always remember that. And Sudama, he sat being worshipped by Bhagwan Krishna, and Bhagwan Krishna sitting on the floor, he started to massage the feet of his friend. He started to massage the feet of Sudama. And while Sudama was being worshipped by Bhagwan Krishna, while his feet was being massaged by Bhagwan Krishna, you know what started to happen? The devotees of Bhagwan Krishna that was around, the bhaktas of Bhagwan Krishna that was around, it is said, seeing Bhagwan Krishna worshipping Sudama, they started to murmur amongst themselves. They started to gossip a little bit and spread little rumors a little bit. And they started to ask themselves, why is Bhagwan Krishna worshipping this individual? This individual looks so frail, so fragile, so thin. All his veins in his body is showing. This individual, his clothes are so old and torn, so dirty. Why is Bhagwan Krishna washing his feet? Why is Bhagwan Krishna hugging him? And they started to speak ill about Sudama. And they started to question as to why Bhagwan Krishna was doing this. Looking at Sudama, they started to speak and say, watch how unkempt he is. He's a Brahmin who lives in poverty. He's so very low. And yet Bhagwan Krishna is embracing him like a brother. Yet Bhagwan Krishna is embracing him like his own. Like his own. And my dear friends, while they spoke on the outside, Bhagwan Krishna continued to massage the feet of Sudama. Sudama continued to feel loved and feel valued and feel adored and treasured and cherished, while everyone else spoke on the outside. In your life and in my life, and I want to put this in the sweetest way possible, in your life and in my life, sometimes, no matter what it is you do, there will always be somebody who is upset with you. No matter what it is you achieve, there will always be somebody who is upset with you. And that is the world that we live in. Bhagwan Krishna greeting Sudama and meeting Sudama, people were upset. People were questioning why. People were insulting and speaking bad and ill of Sudama. And that is how the world works today. Every single thing it is you do, you will always have the criticism. And criticism can be divided into two: constructive criticism and destructive criticism. Constructive criticism is where people criticize you but to build you up, where they tell you something for your own upliftment, for your own betterment. They don't say it with any malice, they don't say it with any hatred, but they say it to help you, they say it to motivate you, they say it to inspire you. And destructive criticism is where people criticize you to break you, where people criticize you to destroy you, where people criticize you to embarrass you. And Sudama, he was being destructively criticized by those in that city, by the bhaktas of Bhagwan Krishna, criticizing the way he looked, criticizing the clothes he wore, criticizing the poverty that he was in. And that is society today. My dear friends, I tell you something. Every footstep you take in this world, get ready for criticism. Every footstep you take in this world, get ready for some random person to be upset with you. Every time you are victorious in something, get ready for somebody to hate you for it. Every time you achieve your success, you achieve your goal, you achieve greatness, get ready for someone to be upset with you. Every time you do something good, get ready for somebody to say it is bad. That is the society that we live in now. We cannot run from it, we cannot hide from it. And sometimes the criticism of the outside world can break us. Sometimes the criticism of the outside world can destroy us, especially at a very young age, when we allow the words of others to infiltrate our minds and hurt us, to infiltrate our minds and put doubt in it. I tell you this, my dear friends, whatever it is you do in life, know that there will be criticism. But if you are doing it in a pure way, if you are doing it in an honest way, no criticism matters. No criticism will derail you from your victory. And while everyone else was continuing to talk, Sudama was being worshipped and he was being adored by Bhagwan Krishna. And in your life, while everyone else is continuing to talk, you will continue to achieve success. You will continue to achieve greatness. And sometimes in life, people only talk about what you are doing because they wish they could have done it themselves. People only speak about what you are doing because of a little envy and a little jealousy that may creep into them. And Sudama, as everyone continued to speak about him, he continued to speak with Bhagwan Krishna, being adored by Bhagwan Krishna, being worshipped by Bhagwan Krishna. And Bhagwan Krishna, my dear devotees, massaging the feet of Sudama, he says, Sudama, do you remember when we were children, all the memories we shared? Do you remember all the laughter we shared? Do you remember all the mischief we made, all the fun that we had? Sudama, do you remember when we were staying at our Guru and the lessons that he taught us, the morals and the values that he instilled in us? And Sudama, looking at Bhagwan Krishna, he smiles and he starts to think, my mind was filled with doubt as to whether Bhagwan Krishna remembers me, as to whether Bhagwan Krishna will talk to me. And here I am sitting in the home of Bhagwan Krishna, and he is reminding me of the good old days. He is reminding me of the memories that we shared. He is reminding me of the experiences that we shared. And Sudama looks at Bhagwan Krishna in awe. He looks at Bhagwan Krishna with admiration. And Bhagwan Krishna says, Sudama, do you remember? Do you remember all the fun we had while we were studying at the feet of our Guru? Listen to what takes place. Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Vidyadayak Guru Baba, Vidyadayak Guru Baba, Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Charana Namostute Guru Baba. Charana Namostute
Guru Baba.
Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba.
Charana Namostute Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Bolo Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba. Guru Vara Guru Vara
Guru Baba.
Guru Baba. Guru Baba. Bolo
Guru Baba. Guru Baba.
Charana Namostute Guru Baba.
Charana Namostute Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Bolo Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Vidyadayak Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Shanta Swarupa Guru Baba.
Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
Bolo Guru Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
Vara Guru Vara Guru Baba.
My dear devotees, Bhagwan Krishna, looking at Sudama, he said, Sudama, do you remember while we were staying at our Guru, the day that he told us to go into the forest region and find the fire sticks to make fire, to perform Havan? And do you remember, oh Sudama, that when we went into that forest, we got lost? Do you remember that when we went into that forest, rain started to fall, thunder, lightning, and a storm came, and the flooding started to take place, Sudama? Do you remember how you and I, we held on to each other, and holding on to each other, we did not let go. We did not let go, but we held on to each other very, very tightly as everything around us started to flood. Do you remember how scared we were? And do you remember that we spent that night in that forest while the rain continued to fall? Sudama, do you remember that the next morning, our Guru, he came looking for us together with the other students. And when he came, he commended us that we came into this forest to find something for him. We came into the forest selflessly. And do you remember, Sudama, when we came back to the Guru ashram, he commended us on what a good job we did. He commended us and he praised us for being selfless. Sudama, do you remember as the days went on, that Guru saw us as our ideal, as the ideal servants, as the ideal devotees? And do you remember that Guru instilled so much morals in us, so much values with us? He blessed us that as we grew in life, the mantras and the Vedas that he taught us, we would never forget. The mantras and the meaning of the mantras would never go in vain. Sudama, do you remember all of these fun times we had? And Sudama, looking at Bhagwan Krishna, he said, oh Prabhu, I remember all of the times that we shared. I remember all of the laughter that we made, all of the memories and the experiences that we created together, all the lessons that was taught by us, by the Guru. And as Sudama and Bhagwan Krishna continue to talk, they continue to reminisce on the days that they were growing up, the friendship that they shared, the memories that they made, and the fun times that they had. Listen to what takes place. Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba. Namostute Guru Baba, Charana Namostute Guru Baba, Bolo Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Guru Baba, Charana Namostute 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 Guru Baba. Loudly and proudly, Prem se bolo Krishna Bhagwan ki. Little louder, Prem se bolo Krishna Bhagwan ki. And as Sudama and Bhagwan Krishna, they started to reminisce on their childhood, on the memories that they shared. They both smiled, they both laughed, they both cried. And as the day went along, the evening came along, Bhagwan Krishna, he looked at Sudama and he said, Sudama, you have journeyed so far. What did you bring for me? What did you bring for me? And Sudama, he bent his head in shame, feeling a little embarrassed. Why? Because Sudama was being treated so well. And to give Bhagwan Krishna the cloth with the handfuls of rice, he was a little embarrassed for that, a little ashamed of that. And he bent his head a little bit. And Bhagwan Krishna, my dear devotees, looking at Sudama, he understood that Sudama came here for a reason. He understood that Sudama made this journey for a purpose. And he understood that Sudama didn't want to tell him. He understood that Sudama was a little shy, a little embarrassed. And he understood that. And he accepted that. And I'll tell you something. When you share a true friendship with somebody, sometimes you don't need to speak. I'll say that again. When you share a true and a genuine friendship with somebody, sometimes you don't need to speak and tell that person something is wrong. Sometimes that friend of yours, once the relationship is true, they know something is wrong. They understand something is wrong. But that is only with true friends. And that is very rare in the world today. How many of you sitting here right now, how many of you would have been in trouble, you'd have been in difficulties, and your best friend, without you having to say something, knew something was wrong? How many of you have a friend like Bhagwan Krishna who understands you, who knows when you're not happy, who knows when something is wrong, who knows when something is bothering you? How many of you have a friend who, no matter what world of trouble you are in, they do not realize, they do not care, they do not notice? It is said in the world that we live in now, real is rare and fake is where? Everywhere. I'll say that again. Real is rare and fake is everywhere. Sometimes the friends that we have in our life are not real. They are not genuine. Bhagwan Krishna and Sudama, even though they have not met for so long, the relationship that they shared was real. The friendship that they shared was true and genuine. How many of you have a friend, you may not see them for years, but when you do see them, you talk like if you were always there with each other. That is what we call a very rare friendship. It is a true friendship, are like the stars in the sky. You don't always see the stars, but you know the stars are there. And the friendship that Sudama and Bhagwan Krishna shared was true. And Bhagwan Krishna, realizing that Sudama didn't want to say anything, he thought to himself, he says, my friend, he never asks for anything. He lives very simply, he lives very humbly. His mind is detached from everything else. But he came here because of someone. He came here for a purpose, and that purpose was to bring happiness to his Dulahin. And Bhagwan Krishna did not ask Sudama anything. He did not force Sudama to tell him anything. He understood. And Bhagwan Krishna decided at that point in time, he would bless Sudama with everything that is materialistic. He would bless Sudama with the wealth, with happiness, with prosperity, with barakat. Bhagwan Krishna, looking at Sudama again, he said, Sudama, what did you bring for me? Sudama still didn't answer. And Bhagwan Krishna smiled, and seeing in the cloth something, he snatched it from Sudama and he opened it. And he saw the handfuls of rice. And he said, Sudama, you brought grains of rice for me, and you were hiding it from me. You were keeping it from me. You didn't want to share it with me. And Bhagwan Krishna, laughing with Sudama, you know what he did? Opening that cloth with that, as we say, the handful of rice, Bhagwan Krishna took and he ate it. He took the handful of rice and he ate it. And it is said when Bhagwan Krishna ate that handful of rice, he blessed Sudama, unknowingly to Sudama, with everything that was in the, as we say, the wish and the mind of his Dulahin. He blessed Sudama at that point in time with prosperity and barakat and happiness, unknowingly to Sudama. Bhagwan Krishna looking at Sudama, eating that handful of rice, it is said Sudama, he spent the night in the palace of the Lord. He spent the night in the palace of the Lord. And Bhagwan Krishna reminded him, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yame bhaktya prechate taraham bhaktya upaharitam ashnami pretatmana. If you offer a flower, fruit, a leaf, or even water with love and devotion, I will accept it. The simplest offerings is what Bhagwan looks for. And the rice that was given to Bhagwan Krishna was simple and was done with a good mind, with a pure mind. And thus Bhagwan Krishna accepted it. And as Sudama spent the night in that kingdom, he did not ask Bhagwan Krishna for anything. He didn't talk to Bhagwan Krishna about his problems, about the purpose he came. He left it. And it is said when the morning came, Sudama got set to return home. And as Sudama was leaving the kingdom of Bhagwan Krishna, embracing Bhagwan Krishna, he felt satisfied. He felt pleased and he felt happy knowing that he still shared that bond with Bhagwan Krishna. He felt at peace and he felt at ease knowing that Bhagwan Krishna remembered him. He felt joy knowing that Bhagwan Krishna loved him and treasured him and adored him. And as Sudama got set to leave, taking the hug of Bhagwan Krishna, he began his journey back home without doing what he came there to do. And as he began his journey back home, he thought to himself, I came here with a purpose. And that purpose was to ask Bhagwan Krishna to take me out of the poverty for the sake of my Dulahin. But I am leaving without asking. How can I ask him to take me out of the poverty when he treated me so well? When he gave me so many gifts, when he did my puja, when he worshipped me? He treated me like if I was God. He put me to sit on his bed. He massaged my feet. How can I ask him for anything? And Sudama leaving the kingdom, the palace of Bhagwan Krishna, without having asked for anything, he left. And as Bhagwan Krishna seeing Sudama leaving, Bhagwan Krishna, he felt proud because he knew when Sudama arrived home, whatever was in his heart, whatever was in his mind, the purpose that he came there for would have been fulfilled unknowingly to Sudama. And as Sudama left, my dear devotees, and he started to head home, listen to what takes place as we are coming very, very close to the end of our katha tonight. Haryam Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansachanoda Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Clap with me, everybody. As Sudama, he leaves Bhagwan Krishna, did not ask for anything, just appreciative of the love that Bhagwan Krishna showed him, just appreciative of the company he shared with Bhagwan Krishna. He begins his journey back home. Listen to what takes place. Sudama Mandir Dekidare Baya Dekidare Baya Dekidare Sudama Mandir Sudama Mandir Dekidare Sudama Mandir Dekidare Dekidare baya dekidare baya dekidare Sudama Mandir dekidare Sudama Mandir dekidare baya dekidare भैया देखी डरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी डरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी डरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी डरे. Listen to me, right where you are. Clap with me and sing with me. Everybody, no music, just you and I. Sudama mandir dekhi dare, Sudama mandir dekhi dare. Dekhi dare, bhaiya dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare. Sudama mandir Sudama mandir dekhi dare. By yourself, Sudama mandir dekhi dare. Sudama. Beautiful. Dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare. Sudama mandir dekhi dare Sudama mandir de. By yourself. Sudama mandir dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare. Sudama mandir. Beautiful. Sudama mandir. By yourself. Sudama mandir. Sudama. Well, everybody. Sudama mandir dekhi dare Sudama mandir dekhi dare dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare. Sudama mandir dekhi dare Sudama mandir dekhi dare. कहाँ गए मेरे राम जो परिया 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 कांचन माल करे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे देखी दरे भैया देखी दरे भैया देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे. ओ गिरधारी एक निर्दिन से 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 नृत्य खेल करे सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे 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 सुदामा मंदिर देखी दरे. देखी दरे भैया देखी दरे भैया देखी दरे सुदामा मंदिर 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 देखी दरे. Loudly and proudly, Krishna Bhagwan ki Sudama mandir dekhi dare. Everybody, Sudama dekhi dare Sudama dekhi dare Sudama dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare bhaiya dekhi dare Sudama dekhi dare Sudama dekhi dare. हो गिरधारी एक निर्दिन से 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 नृत्य खेल करे सुदामा देखी दरे सुदामा देखी डरे भैया देखी डरे भैया देखी डरे सुदामा मंदिर देखी डरे together Sudama Mandir loudly and proudly Krishna Bhagwan ki. And as Sudama, my dear devotees, he returned home. He did not see the little hut that he left. Instead, he saw a beautiful palace that was equal to the radiance of the sun and the moon. And Sudama, seeing this palace radiating, seeing the brilliance of this palace, he saw there was a beautiful garden with trees and flowers and fruits. And he started to ask, but whose is this? Whose house is this? Where is my home? What has happened in the one day that I wasn't here? And Sudama, as he went closer to the house, seeing the magnitude of it, it is said his dulhin exited and came outside. And the moment Sudama saw his dulhin, he saw that she was decked and looking like Lakshmi Devi herself, shining and blossoming and blooming and glowing and radiating with jewels and a beautiful sari, a beautiful smile. And she fell at the feet of Sudama, taking her blessings. He said, Devi, what is going on? What has happened here? And she just said, Sudama, your wish, our desire is fulfilled. And as she took Sudama throughout the house, and they started to tour, and he started to see the brilliance of it, the beauty of it, Sudama, he knew that when he went to Bhagwan Krishna, he did not ask for anything. He knew that when he went to Bhagwan Krishna, he didn't even speak about his problems. He didn't even speak about the difficulties that he was going through. But he knew whatever it is he was seeing in front of him was because of the grace of Bhagwan Krishna. He said to his mind, Bhagwan Krishna knows everything. I did not have to speak, I did not have to tell him anything. But he knew why I was there. He knew the purpose in which I came. And without asking, he blessed. Without asking, he blessed. And that is the brilliance of Lord Krishna, my dear devotees. When you do things honestly, when you do things with a pure heart, when you do things with love, when you do things with devotion, you don't have to ask. Things will come to you. That's why the shloka says, Patram pushpam phulam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachate taraham bhaktya upaharitamshnami prayatatmanaha. If you offer a flower, a fruit, a leaf, even water, once it is done with love and devotion, Bhagwan will accept it. It is the simple things you do in life, my dear devotees, is what matters the most. The simple offerings, the simple gestures, sometimes goes the longest way. Sudama, he began his journey with doubt in his mind. He began his journey thinking as to whether Bhagwan Krishna would remember him. And he ended his journey without doubt. He ended his journey with the friendship of Bhagwan Krishna, with peace, with happiness, with prosperity in his life. My dear devotees, as we have come to the end of our beautiful Katha tonight, I pray that this simple message, it stays with you. Doubt will enter into every one of our minds at some point in time. But when that doubt enters into our mind, don't plant it and water it, but uproot it and discard of it. There's no room in your life for doubt, because doubt is the greatest enemy of success. And sometimes the things that you are doubting and worrying about is unnecessary. And Sudama, he worried about nothing. He worried about nothing. He went there with a good heart. He went there with pure mind, pure intentions, and he was rewarded for it. When you do things with a good heart, when you do things with a pure mind, you will always be rewarded. In life, what you seek is sometimes also seeking you. Prem se bolo Krishna Bhagwan ki, Shri Vrindavan Vihari Lal ki. So as Baba performs Havan, we have a beautiful bhajan, and then of course we all join together in our closing arati. As we clap, as we sing, we glorify. Bhaj man radhe Govinda, 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 Bhaj man radhe 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 Govinda, Bhaj man radhe Govinda. Bhajuman Radhe 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 Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe 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 Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda. Bhajuman Radhe 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 Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda Bhajuman Radhe 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 Govinda Bhajuman Radhe Govinda. Bhajuman Radhe 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 Govinda Bhajuman 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 Radhe Govinda. Loudly and proudly, Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. So my dear devotees, before we all stand for arati, I must just take a moment and say thank you all very, very much for being here. To the executive and the entire team of the Mandir that was instrumental in putting this yagna together, thank you for considering me to be here and to perform the second night of this yagna. For me, on a personal level, it is indeed a great pleasure to be here and of course to share the yagna with the Pitaji of Pandit Vasudev, Pandit Rajendraji, and of course my Guru who will be here from tomorrow, Pandit Abhidanand Prasad Sharmaji. So thank you very, very much to the temple executive, the temple members, and you all as the audience, the villagers, the friends of the Mandir, the bhaktas of the Mandir, for having me and for having that trust and that faith in me. Before we all stand for arati, I just want to make mention of the members of my group who journeyed all the way from Gunapia with me to give me that support, to give me that love, to show me your energy and your power this evening. On the PA system, and of course, the tapu we have, who I consider as a younger brother to me, Vayu. Son, thank you so very much for being here. Please give him a round of applause. Yes, thank you very, very much. On the Dolak, the absolute brilliant and the powerhouse that is my god brother Randy, thank you so much for your love and your devotion. Please give him a round of applause as well. On the Dantal, of course, we have my two other god brothers, Kavir and Kyle, who have very busy schedules with their work and their school, but it took them to be here, and I really, really, truly appreciate that. So please give them a round of applause as well. And most importantly, to the two Devis of my life, my Mataji, and of course, the very soon to be Dulahin Priya Devi. Thank you so very much for being here with us. Give them a round of applause as well. My dear devotees, nothing that I do is ever possible without the grace and the guidance of my Pitaji, the little knowledge that I have, the little strength that I have, the little guidance and the ability that I have, it came from His blessing and His guidance. So Papa, I thank you very much for your love and your devotion that you have in me. So with this in mind, my dear devotees, aap log kar aao jaiye, let us all stand as we join together in our closing arati. Hari Om Yani Gani Javani Janmadara Gradani Chadani Rani Virashanti Pradakshaman Pari Pari Jai 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 Bhagavatam 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 Jai Jai Bhagavatam
आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी
ये अमर ग्रंथ कोटि पंथ पंचन वेर निराला नव ज्योति जलाने वाला ये अमर ग्रंथ मोटी पंथ पंचन वेर निराला नव ज्योति जलाने वाला हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही हरि नाम यही यही जग मंगल की आरती
पापियों को पाप से तार दी जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी
शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी श्री मधुसूदन की
आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी
ये मधुर बोल जग पंड कोल सन मरग दिखाने वाला बिगड़े को बनाने वाला ये मधुर बोल जग पंड कोल सन मरग दिखाने वाला बिगड़े को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही यही प्रभु की महिमा की
आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी
जय जय
भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तार दी
राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे
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 श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे
श्याम से मिला दे घन श्याम से मिला दे
Radhe Radhe. Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
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 Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Bolo Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de. Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
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 Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Bolo Shyam se mila de. Shyam se mila de. Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Shyam se mila de ghana Shyam se mila de.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de. Bolo
Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de.
Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de. 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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. As I ask my Peter Ji to do the closing prayer for us, let us all put hands together, close our beautiful eyes as we have come to the end of our beautiful satsang. We ask if we have made any mistakes knowingly or unknowingly. We ask for that forgiveness, that guidance as we pray as a family.
Hari Om. Mantrahinam kriyahinam Bhaktahinam Janadanam Yar Pujatam Dayadevam Paripuram Tarastame Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
प्रेम से बोलो गणेश भगवान की जय, शंकर भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. And as loud as you can and as proud as you can, with all of your love, all of your devotion, loudly and proudly, प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की
जय.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की
जय.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की
जय.
Turn to those next to you and greet each other. Sita Ram. Please take your seats, my dear devotees. May Bhagwan bless each and every one of you. Thank you all so very, very much for having us. To Pandit Vasudev's son, may Bhagwan bless you and keep up the fantastic work that you're doing. And to the executive and the members of the Mandir, thank you again for having me. Until next time, my dear friends, as I pass you over to the members of my group, with my love and devotion, Sab koi Sita Ram.